Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over balance changes. So sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. If you see my community post you would understand, but enough of that. Let's start off with the balance changes. So these came out a few days ago. I know I'm a little late to these, but I think now I have a good idea of how these ballers are going to shape up after the balance changes and how things are going to look now that they're up. So I'm gonna throw I just threw Clancy's up on screen, as you might have saw. So his balance changes. He got a small health buff and some gadget cooldown reductions. But of course, the big ones that everyone's talking about is the range buff and the shot spread decrease. Now the range buff, he could have used without, because now he has insane range, and it's low-key completely broken. Not even low-key, it is just extremely broken. But that's not even the most broken part. The most broken part is obviously the spread reduction. He now has a almost useless. This third stage was almost useless when you think about how his spread was. So it would get no area control, like you would think it would. But now it's like a shotgun-esque, I would say. I don't know really how to describe it, but now it's going to be super good, as we're just going to get freaking ground bombed. Oh, we might be able to stop this. But Clancy is going to shoot up the meta, and he already has. He's getting picked and banned a lot in pro play. People are testing him out so much on ladder, it's crazy. I can't play a single game without there being a Clancy in it. So yeah, Clancy is just extremely broken right now, and he's just gotta rocket up the meta. As I mentioned before, he's sitting in the S tier. I think I mentioned that he's also, just being picked and banned a lot in pro play. A lot of pro players tested him out. He's shooting up the ladder leaderboards as well. He's gone all the way up to, I think, top 3 highest trophy counts on a brawler. So, and there's tons of prestige 3s, tons of 2s. He's insanely good. I think that he's not deserving of a nerf, however. As super so the thing about Clancy is he's impossible to balance. He's either gonna struggle to get his tokens, or he's gonna get them too easily, or he's gonna struggle to get his tokens, but his stage 3 is gonna be so broken that it's worth it anyways. So, in the past they've done small things like nerfed his movement speed buff he gets, or they've also made it harder to get his tokens as well. But now that they've completely overhauled him in the last 2 balance changes in a row, it's just made him. It's just super easy for him to claim his tokens and stuff. So I'm gonna get the win here, but so I think Clancy is just gonna. I think he doesn't deserve a nerf because he's been bad for so long, but I think that they could tune him down by taking away a little bit of HP and damage. So let's get on to the next brawler. Alright, y'all, so the next brawler we're going to get into here is Gigi. Now, Gigi got some small buffs, and I'm going to be honest, they're not that good. As someone who loves playing Gigi, I play Gigi a lot, all the time. To be honest, I play her too much. But she, I think I might play her more this week now. But anyways, she got a small gadget reduction buff as I switched over to the gadget that we'll be using, which would be the Disappearing Act, I believe is what it's called. So that gadget has always been really bad just because it's basically a Leon gadget as well, but in a very, very small area. I think it's only about the width of her, attack and supercharge ring. So it's really bad. It's not going to make it any better, to be honest. It's not going to make the choice any harder between the two. You're always going to want to go the other gadget, longer strings, gets you more supercharge rate, allows you to just overall cycle supers better, which is really the whole thing with Gigi right now, which was the whole thing with Gigi, is cycling supers and then dashing in just to pick off some people that are sitting alone with no ammo. But, the other buff she got, She got her trait now charges her super more, which is a good thing, though it still doesn't fix the fact that she takes three enemies to get her super recharged. So you can't punish people for grouping up, and you also can't punish people that kind of stick together, and can't punish noobs very well anymore. Let's see what else. She also got her Pele protection, I believe what it's called, got a great buff though, which I think it should have been for this from the beginning, but it got removed from 3 seconds without taking damage for the buff to go up to 2 seconds, which is a super good buff in my opinion. I think it's what it should have been from the beginning, because that star power was always really good, but it was always missing something to make it like over the top. Like, wow, this star power is amazing. Usually would be bad without the star power, which she still is really bad even with it. But anyways, GD's not gonna go anywhere. She's gonna rise out of the F tier to the D tier. He's still not gonna be that good, and I wouldn't worry about maxing her out. So let's get to the next brawler right now. Alright guys, so the next brawler we're gonna be playing is Nausea. So Nausea got 2 very, very minor buffs. The jar damage got reduced, and the initial damage from the snake got reduced. The jar was never a problem. I don't know why they nerfed that damage, because the jar was never the main damage point. If you got hit by the jar, it wouldn't matter at all, to be honest. The jar, you just use the jar just to throw out your super and your main attack, right? So there's no point in nerfing the damage, because you're never walking up to someone and be like, oh, I'm going to kill them with the jar. No, it's always the snake. That's what you're trying. Your whole goal with Nausea is to get that snake out. And also to get your super out. There's cycling supers, cycling poison damage, trying to find openings for your snakes to go and cause chaos and get up a whole bunch of poison, you activate your gadgets, stuff like that. So I think these 2 nerfs aren't going to tone her down at all. I think the snake damage needs to be reduced even more, but the poison damage specifically needs to be reduced, because, I mean, well, Nausea's pushed Eve so far out the meta, and these nerfs aren't really helping that case at all. Because Eve won't be back, because Nausea just has longer range. Eve can kind of do more damage, but that's super depending on how good your aim is and how good your opponents are. But her hatchlings are just so useless now, because Nausea's actually have splash damage compared to the babies from Eve, who have small splash damage, but it's like a tile wide, so it's not even worth mentioning. But it also comes down to the fact that she does everything that Eve can do, but just much better. Has better area control, pushes people back better, does more damage. I mean, they need to buff Eve for sure, but we're not here to talk about Eve. We're here to talk about Nausea. So I think if they were to nerf Nausea's poison damage, the area that the snakes can, I say you make the snakes like Eve's hatchling, they do a little damage, but they do splash poison, and you make Eve's hatchling do lots of damage, but no splash. Or you can get the small splash they have, which it wasn't going to matter anyways. But yeah, Nausea is still going to be completely broken, even after all of these even after these couple minor nerfs. I mean, this is just the smallest of nerfs. I don't know why Supercell even took the time to implement these, because these aren't going to affect her at all, to be honest. And the reason she's still strong is because she got all those buffs right before she got released. If you've seen Kairo's Kairo's, I don't remember what video it was, he mentioned it, but he mentioned that Nausea got a whole bunch of buffs right before she got released. But yeah, I mean, Nausea, she's just way too strong right now. Supercell need to work on nerfing her. And you might be able to see, maybe I got some good stats right here. Yeah, 11-2. You can see she is so strong. And to these other tank counters and the tank and the controller, I mean, she's bad. So let's get into it. So the next brawler we'll go over today is going to be Bull. Now, Bull got a whole bunch of nerfs, which I will go over pretty much the whole duration. The gameplay you guys will see in the background. So he got a health nerf. He went from 10,600 to 10,000. And it's a good nerf. I think they should not put him under 10k like they did to Jackie. Jackie is 9,600, and I think if they put Bull underneath that, he will be awful like Jackie is right now. You got a hypercharge rate nerf, which, I mean, there's the thing about the hypercharge is that is only used because of the Buffy. The regular hypercharge effect is not good, especially with the rework he got to it quite a while ago now, where you can now aim it and stop whenever you want. But, so the hypercharge is never that good. It was just the hypercharge Buffy, which is kind of good. In my opinion, the hypercharge Buffy is not completely broken like some people say it is. I think it's just overall kind of mid. Probably like the most middle of the pack hyper Buffy that's in the game right now. And especially when you look at it compared to someone like BB or like Crow, whose hypercharged Buffies are insanely broken. Or even Bo, who's pretty good. You just realize that Bo's just not any good, to be honest. Not any good. It's still good. It's still a hypercharged Buffy. Still one of the few brawlers with the hypercharged Buffy, but I mean, it's not good. This nerf, I don't think was that need to happen that much. He also got a oh crap. I'm trying to think now. Sorry guys. He also got a drop off from the hypercharged Buffy, so that main attack damage drop off. So if you didn't know, it is a weird thing where it's the drop off damage with his piercing attack. It's really cool. But he got some other nerfs. The Stomper Gadget nerf, which is big. I think that's going to help a lot. But yeah, as we get a quick dub here. But I think Bull's still just going to sit near the top of the meta still. These nerfs were good, but they're not going to completely ruin him like they ruined some other characters. But anyway, let's get into the next brawler, and we'll continue on. Alright, the next brawler is going to be Globert. Not Glowy, Globert. He's the only brawler I have at power 9. Not in the game, but for this video and for the balance changes. I'll max him out soon, eventually, when I get on to that. But he got a tether range nerf, specifically to the tether, and which I think this is going to absolutely kill Globert. I'm gonna be honest. People say he's still going to be usable, I guess, because he's still a pocket healer. He fills that niche of a brawler that's like, I don't know how to describe it. Kind of like follow you around, heal you up, make sure you're staying alive, make sure you're doing well. But I think overall that he's just not going to be good. And people finally realizing that the Slippery Savior gadget is actually super good, which I've been saying this for a while now. But his gadget, it didn't get a buff. People just realizing that it's actually good, but too little too late now that the range buff just happened. I think they should revert this and just give him a small tick damage nerf and a small tick health or healing nerf. So decrease it just slightly how much healing someone gets from per tick, from Globert's main attack, and from his the damage. Sorry, the damage. And other than that, he would be kind of balanced, but I don't know. Globert's just super. It's just a super weird brawler. He's got crazy mechanics. He's definitely deserving of the mythic rarity, especially the super and the hypercharger. But the hypercharger is so good if you actually end up getting it. Definitely saying Globert is going to drop down the meta. We'll see in a few days when the meta actually starts to shape up a little bit. But yeah, that's Globert not going to be good in my opinion. So we'll get on to the next and final brawler, which would be BB. Yes, absolutely don't invest in Globert anymore. People say he was going to be broken. He's not. So let's move on. Alright guys, the last brawler I'm going to actually show gameplay and talk about is BB. BB got hit with some pretty intense nerfs. She got a supercharge rate, a hypercharge rate decrease, and her healing gadget, which is Vitamin Booster, got a cooldown reduction, increase from 15 to 20, which is definitely going to hurt her quite a bit, in my opinion. But I mean, BB's still going to be really good. The hypercharge is still going to be good. The nice thing about BB was that you could get her hypercharge really fast, and it would end her super really fast, and it would help her like a lot. And that was one of the reasons she was still kind of floating above the D tier, not the F tier, and in the C tier, kind of just strangling around there a little bit. It was just because her hypercharge charged so fast, to be honest, and it was really good. I don't know, I don't like the nerfs, but I definitely see them now because they're actually sticking with their plan on it, introducing buffies every single update. Sorry, but adding buffies every update, and they're also not going to remove them like some, because I know some people hate them, me including. I really don't like buffies, guys, to be honest. I think they are not health. I don't know. I just don't like the. This is not a Buffy video. Sorry. But BB she's still gonna be fun. Still gonna be a noob stomper, but she's not gonna be able to sit up there, the top level pros like she was able to. Cause she used to just be able to, like, when her Buffies first got released and they weren't nerfed, she was getting picked or banned every single game. You could not play her, you could not play Bull, you could not play Bo, you could not play any of those guys. As we're gonna squeak in that goal, let's go. But, yeah, BB is going to fall a little bit. I don't think she's not gonna be the overwhelming force she is now. Obviously, getting these pretty big nerfs, she's gonna fall for sure. But other than that, I think BB's still gonna be fine. I think the big one is gonna be not the hypercharge rate nerf. Actually, it probably will end up being the hypercharge nerf, but I think more that the gadget nerf is going to affect her more, and the supercharge rate, because it now takes her 4 hits, I believe, to charge her super instead of the 3 it took her originally. So those are pretty much my thoughts on BB. She's just gonna fall. She's gonna stumble a little bit. I think once she actually finds her place in the new meta, she's going to be perfectly fine. She's gonna stick in and around the B tier after she finally gets some nerfs. Probably somewhere around where Nita is, which Nita's around the B tier as well. But I mean, that's just where I think she's gonna get her. I'm not a pro by any means. I have hit masters before, but that's about it. I could probably hit masters if I really grind it, but I'm just super busy all the time, and I can't. When I hit the 50 subscriber threshold I'm supposed to, I will start live stream some ranked, and I'll live stream some Brawl Stars for sure. But we got some time before that happens. Oh man, we're gonna go down there. We're gonna lose control. Yeah, we're probably gonna get scored on soon. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the balance changes. There's some other balance changes I'll show you in a second after this. When we get out of this game, I'll show you guys. There's a couple other small balance changes that weren't they didn't get hugely nerfed, but I think they're gonna definitely affect the brawler still. But yeah, this is pretty much BB for you. 3 and 4. I didn't play the best BB of all time. Not the best BB of all time. My buddy Ree is. He's in our club. Anyways, let me find the brawler right quick. So it's taking me a second. Here we go. M's got both their gadgets got some cooldown reductions or increases. Well, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, increases. So neither gadget's gonna be nearly as effective as they once were, but they're still gonna be pretty effective. I mean, there's still a pushback is gonna be good. And the pushback always gonna be good, and the other one, which shoots through walls, is going to be slow. It's going to be really good still. Spike got a damage nerf, and so did Rico. Actually, Rico also got a damage nerf. Which, let me see if I can find Rico right quick. Yes, he got a damage nerf. So it's going to affect both of them pretty good. I don't know if they'll stay. I think they're going to fall just a little bit. But anyways, that's the video I got for y'all. Like, subscribe, have a good one.